Greetings, family. Thank you. Get that applause button. They love me. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. First and foremost, welcome to the new show. The new show itself called Numerovation News and Views. And at 9 o'clock, I will be bringing up new diamonds. And get ready for Dr. Valentine to come up, our guest for the first show, Numerovation News and Views. Our first guest for tonight and is going to be the legendary Dr. Philip Valentine. I know y'all haven't seen him in a long time. He's been busy. You haven't seen him on Black Magic 363. You haven't seen him around. Let me pull my chair up. You haven't seen him around in a while. So I'm happy to have him because, you know, he's one of my elders that I love dearly. Let me make sure my lighting is right. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, I wanted to just more mysterious, but it's a news thing. So hold on one second. Let me make sure that everything is right because I do. Again, this is a news thing that we're dealing with. So I'm gonna brighten my lights a little bit more, and just want to let you know my sponsors for today. The sponsors for today for this show only is not only my co-host, the one, the only, New Diamonds. Make sure you support her beautiful things that she's doing, handmade jewelry, crystal wire wrapping classes, and more. Also, she does oracle readings and consultations, astrology, birth chart, counseling, Reiki healing sessions, and much more. And also, you can contact her or link with her at newdiamonds.net. And New Diamonds on all platforms. Her YouTube channel is going up, so make sure you support that YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And also make sure you support our sister at Cash App, $New Diamonds 101. Also, one of our sponsors for this show today is the books Grandma's Secrets and Know Thyself. Uncovers secrets your grandparents kept. And the other book is Understanding the Secrets the Planet Holds for You, the one, the only Cinnamon. And of course, her website is transitionalhealing.etsy.com. That's transitionalhealing.etsy.com. Want to remind everybody, get ready because we're only going to have Dr. Valentine on King Simon Presents. Only on y'all not gonna see Dr. Valentine on this channel on King Simon Presents. Let me say that right now. So the link is pinned to the top. Y'all better join us at Numerovation News, the new channel, right now. Let me not play with you because I'm going to cut this off right before Dr. Valentine. I'm going to play a commercial break around 9:29, 9:30, and we're going to cut this off approximately at 9:30 and go to the cut off King Simon Presents and go straight to Numerovation. So the link is pinned to the top of the chat if you are interested in seeing the whole interview and nothing but the interview. So there it is. That's the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. Join us on the new channel right now. You'll still see what we're going on, but once it cuts off at King Simon Presents and go over there, that's it. So make sure y'all join that new channel. I will put the link in the chat again, just in case some people have missed the mark. I will put it in the chat again. I just put it in the chat again, just in case. That's the new channel that we're going to be broadcasting because we know how Dr. Phil get down. So I got to keep it on a new channel. So it is what it is. So without further ado, I want to bring up my special guest co-host that her and I are going to go into some news and views, popular and trending news and views. What happened this weekend, of course, with Terrence Crawford and Bud. I'm going to talk about their numbers and why it was so interesting. And I'm even going to touch on Charlie Kirk, who got taken out and shot at the recently, and what birthday frequency he's on. So without further ado, let's welcome right here on the channel. My dear sister doing co-hosting with me for the first time. Well, not co-hosting for the first time, but on this particular program, Numerovation News and Views. She comes from an astrological perspective, of course. Let's welcome this beautiful sister that we have here. The one, the only. Let's give her a well-deserved round of applause. The one, the only, New Diamonds in the building. What's up, New Diamonds? How you doing?
Peace. Hey, how's everyone doing? Thank you so much, King Simon, for having me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Of course, I have to have you. I need some of that beauty energy with me. So when we're dealing with Dr. Valentine, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yes. You got to have the, divine masculine, divine feminine. It's an honor to just even be in the same energy as Dr. Phil Valentine. So thank you so much, King Simon. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome. And you don't get so much divine masculine than Phil Valentine. I'll tell you that one for sure.
I love it.
He gonna do what he do and make it do what it do.
I love it. It's very, that divine masculine that we need, especially at this time, very militant, very wise, very intelligent and wisdom. You know what I mean? So it's necessary. It's very much necessary at this time. So I'm excited.
I'm excited also. And again, we are also broadcasting on the new channel, just in case people want to know, Numerovation News and Views. And again, we are going to the other channel. So if you click on that channel, believe me, that's where we're heading to. That's where it's going to be at. All the links are fine. Let me look at the links again. Everything is looking good. Everything is public over there. Good. I am not on Instagram, so no. We are not on that today. So, okay, my dear. Now, there's something that's been going on in the universe right now from an astrological perspective. What have you seen? What are some of the news and views you have to offer for our people in regards to the astrological perspective that's been going on right now in this universe?
Oh man, it's so many different things. There's so many different aspects. I feel like the main energy that a lot of people are integrating right now is this eclipse, right? We're in the midst of this eclipse energy. And, with eclipses come sudden change, sudden revelations, upheaval, just new structures being built, a new foundation being restored as well. So I feel like a lot of people are just getting adjusted to these cosmic waves that we're feeling because it's coming in waves, right? We had the lunar eclipse that came in, and I feel like that really kind of opened up our minds to the illusions and breaking the illusions on certain things. And then we had this time to kind of transition, and we're getting ready to go into this solar eclipse energy that will be here on the 21st, which was really centered in your heart. So I feel like we kind of had that revelation of those illusions. And now that we're breaking them, how do we get back in tune with our soul, as it's a solar eclipse, right? So getting more in tune with your spirit, listening to your spirit at this time. There may have been some deaths and some rebirths, right? So as literally and physically, we are going through lots of spiritual transformations, and it's just about holding on for the ride, King Simon.
That's right. So that's powerful. And have you been experiencing the vibes of all of this? Because I know I have.
Oh yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness, just today, the power went out. Wow. So I have no power, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? Okay, I got extra batteries, and it's really hot, so no fans, and I'm just thinking about, this is
right now.
Yes.
So how you tapped into this? Where you at?
by the good grace of the ancestors, okay?
Wow. That's
powerful. No Wi-Fi, no lights. It's still sunny sunshine over here in California. So I'm thankful that the elements are on my side. And I'm going with the flow. I'm thankful. That's why you was like, let me get my lighting together. It's very mystical. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be mystical over here in about 2 hours when it start getting dark. Okay.
That's right. That's interesting because Today is the 17th. Big up to happy birthday to Brother Rich. Today is Brother Rich's birthday. Big up
Yeah,
to us.
happy birthday.
Shout out to Brother Rich. I text Lord Jamal. Lord Jamal's birthday is today also. And of course, a lot of great people. Malik Yoba, who I've worked with before, his birthday is today. So big up to all of those brothers celebrating their birthday today, and sisters that are out there celebrating their birthday. A friend of mine is named Beverly. You know, that's interesting because 17, especially in regards to you, but that's a whole outage going on over there. But to you, 17 in Western numerology, sometimes the 8 and the 4, they sometimes are challenging to each other. So a day like this, although Wednesday is good Mercury day for Gemini, but the challenge is the number 8 energy to the number 13 that you're born under, which is connected to the 4. So that's very interesting from my viewpoint from the mathematical perspective. You know, so that is powerful. So what can the audience also expect as they're going through this eclipse season and the solar, anything? What else can they expect, and what should they do? What are some of the rituals they think they should do too prior to that?
Well, I'm thankful that you said the 8 and the 4, because that brought me back to the last 2-year eclipse that we had that was on 4/8, the real eclipse that everybody's seeing changes and shifts. So
Right.
this is a basically a closing cycle of that eclipse, right? Of that 4/8 eclipse. So it's really like, what have you been working on these past 2 to 3 years, mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, financially? And how have you been elevating that? If you've been really pouring into that and listening to your soul's mission, soul desire, you will start to feel this shift. You will start to feel this new awakening, right? This another spiritual awakening, this another spiritual calling, this heightened senses of gifts and clairvoyancy and just awareness as you step forth into this new solar eclipse that we're about to have this weekend. So some rituals that I love to take is I always love to go into deep meditation on solar eclipse days and really get in tune with that energy. Clean up your space. Okay. Even if you already got it nice and clean, they, even getting some sage, you know what I mean? Some Palo Santo, your favorite incense, your favorite candles, going around the house, speaking high vibrations, and just really getting in tune with yourself, right? What is it that you want to leave behind as we go through this new eclipse energy? And what is it that you want to take forth, right? So getting into those mantras and getting into those release rituals as well. So those are just some things that I do during eclipse season.
Okay, good. And family, just want to remind everybody that this program, this new Numerovation News and Views is brought to you by not only New Diamonds, of course, artist and oracle extraordinaire. We want you to make sure you support our sister in whatever endeavors that she is doing in her lifetime. This particular program, not all the rest of them, she does. I'm always promoting her. And also this person, Cinnamon, the one, the only, transitionalhealing.etsy.com, is also a primary sponsor. And I want to remind everybody on King Simon Presents, for this coming Sunday, I have this beautiful sister that's going to be making her first time debut on my channel, and her beautiful self, if I can find her poster, there it is. She will be Liv from Live with Nature. I know she's bi-coastal, so she'll be on the East Coast and the West Coast. And her mission is on a natural, she is on a, Live with Nature is on a natural mission to redefine the way we shop for essential items. So she's making her debut on the 21st. And my sister just mentioned about the 21st coming up. And then on the 30th, my brother, A.A. Rashid, will be here on today's consciousness in the conscious community. What happened and how can we change it and heal it? Last night, we had a great show with my sister Paris from a youth perspective, and I do want to gather a panel about what's going on in the consciousness of a bunch of young people that have been raised in it and what they see what's going on and what was some of the disappointments amongst the conscious community at a certain point in time. So I think that's very important. So we're going to dive into that. And family, let me tell you, from the shooting of one of the political people that was actually speaking about gun violence at that time, Interesting enough, he's born October 14th. So he's in his critical cycle before his birthday, 52-day critical cycle. They should always, and it's not that, let me explain something to some of y'all beautiful individuals out there. Let me jump up in front. Some of y'all don't realize that critical cycles are not negative per se, but if you're leading a path that might be going down that lower frequency road, by the time you get into that 52 critical day cycle before your birthday, like this man did, and he was talking about gun sanctions and all that kind of stuff, according to reports. And look what happened. He got taken out by a gun. Interesting enough, he's born October 14th. He was in a 52-day critical cycle. All of us go through the 52-day critical cycle. All of us go through a 7 cycles throughout the whole year until your birthday. And that's why I always tell people before their birthday, it's always critical to do the deep cleansing, deep cleaning, deep removal. Just be deep, get it all out of there. And let's deal with Canelo and my man, because I was calling a balance. I did a balance report about both of them and how disciplined they had to be, because it could have been anybody's fight. But because my brother Bud was in his critical cycle before his birthday, but he was also feeling the effects of a number 1 year because he's born September 28th, which all, if you add it all down, it breaks down to a number 1. He was all in his 1 element, where Canelo born July the 18th. This is a 9 year. It was a good year for him, but because he was in a 7 personal year cycle, 7 is one of his challenge years for him. And 7 is a number of silence, shutting it down, quiet, secrets. He might go and actually 7 is one of those numbers that says they're not supposed to be out there chasing finance. They're supposed to attract finance, and they're supposed to reflect on what they're going. So I'm sure he's reflecting on everything that he did recently, but he should reflect before he even called or made this fight happen. But and again, from a positive perspective, my man Bud was on point. He did his thing. He was on point. He was definitely prepared to be fully in his 1 cycle energy. And what I mean that he was in his 1, if you add 9 plus 28 plus 2025, it adds up to 2062, and 2 plus 6 plus 2 equals that 10, which is a 1. He was in a 1 personal year cycle ready. But if you look at Canelo, again, he was in a 7 personal. If you add up, he was born the same day as Wendy Williams. 7 plus 18 plus 2025 again equals 2050, and 2 plus 0 plus 5 plus 0 equals 7. He was in a 7 personal year cycle, which was going totally against the 9 year that we're in today. Just showing you how the views and what I'm giving you from that news, the trending news that just happened this weekend, to what's happening with our views and dropping it. So, I had fun watching that. I think I had fun because I seen, even when the 6th round came in, my beautiful sister, when the 6th round came in, 6 is connected to Libra in astronumerology. So when the 6th round, and Bud put in the work in the 6th round, a lot of work. He put some work in the 6th round. Boom. He just had to clear it all up towards the end of the round. And when it came up to the 9th and the 10th, 9 and 10 is both their numbers at that fault. 9 and 1 is both their numbers. So they was right there in those rounds with both of them going. Anyone could have taken it right there, because Canelo could have stepped in with his power and just, if he would have connect. But because Bud was moving and flowing like a Libra should, with the air dynamics and flowing, he did what he got to do, and he prepared, and he was ready. So big up to Bud Crawford all the time. Big up to Bud Crawford, man. I had a good time watching that. And y'all can tell I'm happy, right? and it's not that I bet any money. I could have, and I would have, but they did the darn thing. I have to admit, they did the darn thing between these two. And I just want to show a clip real quick of the fight in silence. I'm not going to put nothing to it, but I'm going to show a clip real quick. If y'all remember, here we go. This was one of the parts right here. If you're looking at, boom, and that's what he got that right there. Ba-bam! He just backed it. He was on the 12th. This was 12th round too, so he was working it. And again, he was moving, and you could tell Canelo was getting kind of frustrated with him. So wait a minute. Well, so I was loving every minute of it. I was loving every minute of it. I could have made some money that day. I'm just telling y'all right now. all I could have done. I could have made some money because I would have been a smart better. I would bet on a good amount, a majority. I would have bet on Crawford, and a good amount I would have. That's how I would.
Yeah.
I would bet on two of them, just to make sure I'm all right.
Yeah.
Period. You know, that's my spiel.
Yeah.
But everybody's not like me. And they're not looking at it from an esoteric perspective. Did you watch the fight? Did you watch it? You don't watch fight.
I didn't. It was my son's birthday.
How was he doing? What's going on with him?
He's doing great. We went to, oh my goodness, we did so much King Simon. I was wore out. But we had an amazing time. We went to Sky Jump in San Jose. We went to Legoland Discovery. We went to the Science Academy Hall where they have like a zoo, they have an aquarium, they have a planetarium. So it was an amazing time. He had such a great time. Also had a little birthday party. So it was great. But I'm like, yo, I'm getting old. I'm more wore out than him. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's hard to keep up with the youth, you know? So but it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful event. But I heard the boxing match was great. I caught some highlights. I was like, wow, I see why everybody was going so crazy over it. It was a really, really good fight.
Big up to Pray 7. Thank you for the donation, Pray 7. Thank you for the super sticker. Remember, family, you can donate to the channel. Donate to my sister also. Make sure, but donate to the channel. Donate to the channel. We was having fun. Yeah, man, it was good. Good. Pumping hands. All right. That's good. We had a good time. Again, join us because at the 30 minutes before Dr. Valentine, I'm going to play a commercial, and then we're going to jump over to the new channel because Dr. Valentine got some stuff. And we got some questions to ask Dr. Valentine when he comes up at 9:30. Dr. Valentine will be coming up at 9:30. So very important. And your family, I want to let everybody know, although that they are putting out all of the madness out there on them streets, we have to make sure we control the narrative in our own mind, because the word news used to be north, east, west, south back in the day, because that's what they're reporting. News, north, east, west, and south. They got to realize that we're dealing with that. So you got to be very conscious that your mind is not caught up in what's going on in the north, east, west, and south, and focus on your own. What do you have to say to that, my dear? Talk to him, please.
I feel like it's all about, like you said, what are you watching? What are you consuming at this time? And consumption doesn't always mean what you're eating. Consumption is what you're viewing, what you're listening to, who you're allowing in your energy, what type of energy you're projecting out. You always want to be mindful. And like you said, it's always about your mind. That goes back to perception. So being very attentive to what you're allowing in your own mind and what you're projecting, and always make sure that you are conscious and aware, right, of what your environment is producing to you, what you're producing to it, what's your perception. It's all about what you perceive. Perception is a big thing, right? You can perceive something as negative, someone else can perceive it as positive. But once you elevate your mindset and you look at it from a different point of view, a bigger picture, because it's always a bigger picture, then you're able to kind of release that attachment to certain things. So perception and consumption is a big, big thing. I'm very big on those two things. So I agree.
Exactly. And family, I was watching the Breakfast Club the other day with Dame Dash, and interesting enough, Dame Dash became the one of the chairmen of Revolt. Interesting enough, Dame Dash, since his birthday, born May the 3rd, he's in a 8 personal year cycle, which is one of the money cycle, the abundance cycle, and all that. So he's putting his content on Revolt. So big up to him. But it's only for a month. That's what people keep on thinking. It's a month. They're giving him a little trial going on here. You know what I'm saying? So seeing all of that going on and paying all attention to what was happening out there, because he is born under a controversial number, the number 3, Dame Dash, James Brown, and Star from Star and Buck Wild, Star Report, is born the same day. Always get into controversy. If they're reckless with their mouth. So people that are born on the 3, the 12, the 21st, or the 30th of the month, y'all got to be very careful with your mouth. And sure enough, him and Charlemagne was going at it. I could see the Cancer and Charlemagne going at it with him. Charlemagne being born on June 29th. You know, of course, Lauren LaRosa, she's born November 22nd. And of course, my girl Jess is born February 13th. And my man Envy is born September 3rd. So watching that whole thing, but the more that they was going at with each other, because they know Charlemagne's mouth and they know my man's mouth, but the 2 3s was working with each other a little. You could see how he was questioning and trying to get the question. He was more cooler with Dame than Charlemagne was, because Charlemagne is that dude. His mentor or mentee was Wendy. So it is what it is, and that's what he said. Yeah. But what I really liked about the show is that Dame said he does not represent masculinity. That part, he said Charlemagne, and he referred to Envy that they don't represent masculinity on the stage, because they keep on talking about each other's ass or touching something gay, something semi-homosexual be coming on a channel. And I see what my brother was saying. I see what my brother was saying. And I watched The Breakfast Club when I want to see certain people on there. Like Marlon Wayans was a great interview. He's born July 23rd. And I know he's in a great cycle, number 3 cycle. So he's expanding to this new movie called Him. So I'm loving it. I'm watching. I'm paying everything. I'm paying attention, but I'm also doing the numbers and the mathematics to see where they at. Yeah. Because when you add Marlon's birthday, 723 equals and plus 25, that equals 2055, and 2 plus 0 plus 5 plus 5 equals 12, which is a 3. So he's in an expansion cycle, himself. But his alignment number has always been about expansion, talking, moving, doing, grooving. Then he's a number 5. He's just all over the place. He's doing his thing. He does everything.
Yes. Yeah. He is the show.
He motivated me. He motivated me to keep that 12-year-old or that 15-year-old child inside. Remember that. So watch the Marlon. Big up to Breakfast Club for having Marlon on this. I watched him on Stephen A's show. Interesting enough, Stephen A. He gave Stephen A. some a gift, cigars, from guess where?
Brazil.
Same place Brother Rich got his. Honduras.
No way.
I called Brother Rich. I hit Brother Rich. I said, "Yo, this can't be a quickie dick." But
wow.
I know Brother Rich's plug, and I know that plug knows a lot of celebrities, so I'm not surprised. That's why. But I'm not saying that he did it, but I'm sure that you can't get it if it's Honduras he getting it from. My man is in a 3-year cycle, which is about expansion and growth. Rich is in a number 8-year cycle, which is all expansion, abundance, and growth. Hey, it is what it is. I can see both of that in both those angles. So that's big. That's big. And he's selling it on his website. Marlon Wayans is selling Honduras. Honduras. What's the odds? But Brother Rich is just asking for a quick donation, but he's selling it straight up, wrapped and with all kinds of. He got it all in a package. He's doing it all. He got it going on.
He seen Brother Rich do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Again, it could be, but a lot of celebrities smoke, cigars. I know there is a link between the two. There's 6 degrees separation right now, because I know the plug was definitely connected to the entertainers back in. And I text the plug to say it. He didn't deny it and he didn't confirm it. So I know. I said, "Oh, okay, bro. Okay, my brother."
Not a coincidence. Not
exactly. So I find it interesting how and again, we have to constantly look at and why we bringing up the metaphysical master himself, Grandmaster himself from the metaphysical underground, is because Dr. Valentine taught us back in the day to look at both sides of the picture. Metaphysical means beyond the physical. Michio Kaku, the great string theorist, born January the 24th, he says metamaterial. In his book, I got his book. He says metamaterial, but that's not considered pseudo, but metaphysics is considered pseudo. But he says metamaterial, which is basically the same thing.
Same thing.
Big up to Michio Kaku. Big up to him. He's one of my friends, professors back in college. So big up to him, man. I never got to meet him, but I know he's doing his thing. He born January 24th, Aquarius like me, so it is what it is. I like it. He born the same day as Tatiana Ali. So it is what I know. These things just keep on popping in my head. All these people, they just keep on coming.
I love it.
From an astrological perspective, before we bring on Dr. Valentine, it is now 25 minutes after the hour. He'll be coming up at 9:30. Make sure y'all switch to the new channel. I'm not playing with y'all. King Simon Presents gets cut off. So I'm going to put the link in again because we going to be going over there. If this gets cut off, I'm going to cut this one off and go over there. Once I do, unless it tells me, I don't know if this platform will allow me to do it, but I'm going to see if it tells me that I can't do it. Then I'm going to say, okay, all right, damn, I got to keep it on until next. But, I haven't tried it yet. I didn't do a test with it, but this is going to be real time. From an astrological perspective, what else do we as your views of next year is all about? Because I know it's going into a one personal year cycle, a one universal year cycle, which is usually connected to Aquarius, Leo, and then Aquarius from an astronumerological perspective. What do you see, my sister, from an astrological perspective?
I see a lot of collective changes. I feel like right now we're kind of clearing that debris, right? We're clearing out, we're detoxing, we're releasing, we're letting go of things right now, especially as we get into this fall season, right? Because it's the eclipse on the 21st and it's the fall, literally the day after. That, like you said, that Libra, that scales, right? That justice. So as things fall, we have to let them fall. As things go, we have to let them go. We have to surrender. So if we're doing that proper step of releasing, surrendering, letting go, and evolving, which is what we're supposed to do, and not holding on to the old, not dwelling on the past. If we're dwelling to heal, then there'll be a lot of blossoming, there'll be a lot of blooming, there'll be a lot of growth in that 2026 year, because it is, like you said, that 1 year. And it's all about self. It's all about reemergence. It's all about innovation. It's all about that inner flame being set, especially with a lot of planets, those outer planets, they're all retrograde, right? So we have Jupiter, we have Neptune, we have Saturn, we have Pluto. They are all retrograde right now, and they do not start to come out of retrograde until December, right? So as soon as we get into that winter season, it starts to kind of shift and shake, right? That snow, right? Going deep and getting in tune with your emotions and letting those things melt, right? Letting that snow melt before we get into that spring, right? And that's when we spring forth. That's when things bloom. That's when things are renewed. Things are renewed. We are renewed. This rebirth. So I really see a lot of different abundant things happening for us as far as self-love, self-growth, divine unions, prosperity, especially if you've been putting the work in now, as this is that 9 year. This is that birth, right? This is that foundation. You're putting in that foundation right now. So when we get into this 1 year, you can just start moving forward on your path. There's no obstacles in your way, and you should be able to manifest whatever you want like that easily, right? And if you're already doing it, you can kind of see little peaks of it, right? If the message resonates, you're already seeing a little bit of glitter come in, right? You're already seeing a lot of opportunities and a lot of abundance come in due to the work that you already put in these past cycles. So I just kind of see this beautiful domino effect happening for everybody in the collective.
Man, makes a lot of sense, because from my perspective, Dr. Valentine is not on yet. He's coming up at 9:30, family. So for those that are waiting for Dr. Valentine, just want to remind people, Dr. Valentine, my brother for many years, since the 80s, my elder for many years, is going to be on the new channel, Numerovation News and Views. And my co-host, of course, is the beautiful, wonderful, dimple-stricken the one, the only, my dear New Diamonds, of course. And today is Brother Rich's birthday, so make sure y'all show him some love. I talked to him. He's headed to dinner with his wife and the family. So big up to Brother Rich. Happy birthday, Brother Rich, man. You know how we love our Brother Rich, man. That's my brother. And again, Dr. Valentine hasn't been on any channels for a long time, for a while now. And now I'm bringing him back to do what he got to do and show us what's going on and tap in, because he only can stay for an hour because he has a major thing happening at 11 o'clock, a phone call he has happening at 11 o'clock. Also, if you want to advertise on my channels, any one of my channels, of course, we also broadcast on Facebook on my regular channel, Instagram, and also YouTube. You can text me at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And you can use PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, and Venmo as an outlet. And I do have a great monthly advertisement deal going on right now for percentage, matter of fact, half price, because it's actually $150 to advertise on my show, and it's $75 if you want to do it right now for the next 3 months, and $75 a month. And one of our major sponsors right now who did do her thing, this one here, the sister, Transitional Healing Etsy.com. She has 2 great books, one called Grandma's Secrets and the other one called Know Thyself. Grandma's Secrets is based on uncovering secrets your grandparents kept from you. Lord have mercy, or they kept some old sayings, and understanding the secrets of the planet hold about you. She has a whole booklet that she does about you. Once you submit your name, your birthday, the time you was born, she give you a whole write-up about different things, potential loves, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you go to and she got a whole bunch of other products on there. This sister got New Diamonds. This sister got 13 children. Stop playing. And,
wow,
and this is a
recent
picture. This is a recent
I see why she's beautiful.
Recent picture. And her husband transitioned, and she had the majority of children with. So
wow.
It's that deep. So it is what it is, family. I'm telling you, make sure you support the sister, because I want to make sure you support our sister and what she's doing. And again, want to remind every one of you beautiful people that those are the only 2 major sponsors alongside this beautiful sister right here. This sister is a sponsor right here for this particular program, because she's the co-host for today. So we got to make sure everything is right. Make sure you go to our website, newdiamonds.net, and New Diamonds on everything. And also Cash App, $ New Diamonds, just for that smile and them dimples. You should donate to that sister. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? You better get it busy. Keep it popping. You know what I'm saying? Don't play. And again, want to remind you, this beautiful sister is coming up. Another sister born July the 23rd. Man, interesting enough. Her name is Sister Liv, but her product line is called Live with Nature. Make sure you support her. Also on at IG at Live with Nature. And she's on a mission, family. Believe me. And I seen her at Invest Fest, and I seen her at Invest Fest another year before that, and she gave me a product that I keep near my computer all the time, a sanitary product, which is good for your hands and cleaning, all of that. She'll be on with us on the 21st. And don't forget, my brother A.A. Rashid will be in the building on Tuesday. Consciousness in the Conscious Community. We're going to get it in. He's a legend in producing all types of events throughout New York and all of that stuff. So we got to make sure we're taking care of our brother. And do get my books or book a session. Remember, my Numerovation consultation is happening. I'm telling you, family, Virgo discount until September 22nd. And it's 40% off for seniors. 30 minutes and 60 minutes, but also 40% off for everybody else until till September the 22nd. So make sure. Okay, my brother Phil, I don't see. He said he's in the studio. I don't see you, brother. Don't see you. Don't see you. Got to make sure I say that to him. Don't see you yet. Please click on the next. Please, I got to tell him to please click on the next thing here. Please, family, please click on the next level and get on in. Then I'll know it's you. Because but Dr. Valentine said he's in the studio, but he's coming on a new computer. I heard, because he just got to borrow his wife's computer. Okay. But the next lesson that I'm going to be doing is a numerovational, spiritual, and physical perspective of the phrase, we blur the lines between right and wrong so often we can't see it clearly anymore. So I'm going to break down the words right and wrong, its numerical factor, and why we got to be very careful of blurring the words in this society, in this world, blurring the lines between right and wrong, because sometimes what we think is right might be wrong. Sometimes what we think is wrong might be right. You got to find the balance. We got to know and intuitively know how to move. So we definitely going to make it happen just like that. All right. So I do hear my brother in the background. Hold on, family. I got to play this commercial break, and then we're going to switch over to this other place. All right. All right. So we'll be right black and melanated right after this with Dr. Phil Valentine. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. And we'll be right back after this. Hold on, family. Do not go nowhere. Let me play my music and keep it popping. Here we go. Today's consciousness, today's consciousness, today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? From the pristine position that we held in today's consciousness, here's a new show just for you every Tuesday called Today's Consciousness. Be there and enjoy all the great special guest stars that will be passing through on a new show called Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Are you ready to address all the things that are going on? And how can we heal today's consciousness? Today's consciousness. Today's consciousness. Right here on KSP TV. Today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numerovator. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linktree/King Simon, the Numerovator. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now. All right. Okay, those who missed out, I'm already on the new channel with my brother. We got like 124 people, 124 people in the chat right now, 124,000 people. Oh, we gonna make it look like that. Oh, without further ado, I don't even have to and let me make sure everybody's on there. Without further ado, I want to bring on one of the Grandmasters, the Grandmaster of the underground metaphysical community. I want to bring on the one, the only, my friend, your friend, my brother, your brother, the one, the only Dr. Phil Valentine, as he's coming in live and direct. Let's get him in. Let's get him in. Dr. Valentine, how are you, sir?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Can't see you guys.
Hold on 1 second, man. Let me make sure my applause is coming up. Okay, there you go. There it is. Ah, what up, sir?
Oh, there you are.
Sir. Don't worry. I'm going to get rid of that. Man, how you doing, Doc?
I'm good. How's everybody?
Oh, man, we are fine, my brother. How you feel? I got the applause button still coming up. Look at this. That applause. I got a new system. That's why, brother. I got a new system. That's why I'm still getting used to this system, sir. How you feeling otherwise, my brother? What's going on with you?
Well, we're hanging in there. We're doing what we have to do. We're waiting for the beginning of our next class. Our next class begins Metaphysical Psychology 1. Metaphysical Psychology 2 is right now percolating. Right. So we're starting one up again.
Good. Hold on one, Doc. I forgot to introduce you to New Diamond. New Diamond's in the building. Say what's up to Dr. Valentine, please.
Hello, Dr. Phil Valentine. It's an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so much for all that you do for the community.
Thank you. My pleasure. Welcome.
Yes. Man, Doc, you know how we get down, man. It's always a pleasure having you up here, man, and being a part of the journey. I don't know what's going on with my program. Okay, I know I got a lot going on in this program here. This is a program. I got a new program, man. I'm not using StreamYard anymore, so I got to.
Oh, yeah, I see.
I like it as long as I get to know it. And big up to Abundance Child. She kind of got me into it, and it's a little cheaper too. It's a little less price. So that's why I'm glad I did do it. And but I had a whole thing going on here, but I want to make sure everything is well. First and foremost, Doc, thank you very much coming to the new channel, man, called Numerovation News and Views. Yes, sir. And of course, we're going to talk about the news and views that's happening and how we can put probably a good positive spin, although it sounds a lot like negative going on out there. They got to be a light right there at the end.
Oh yeah. We're in those last days and times, and there's a curse that Confucius said. May your children be born in interesting times. And that was a curse. It wasn't, it wasn't a blessing that he was giving to everyone. So we are now in interesting times to the point where we are beginning to see the factions. There's the factionalization where people are now going off into their own sort of gangs or their own intellectual groups. And we're beginning to see a stratification, which is being planned. It's a synchronistic plan by those who are essentially manipulating and making sure that there's separation, division, and there's conflict, chaos. And that's when they're going to bring their own order, that new world order, out of this chaos. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And as you see it, it's going to start getting bad. I mean, they're actually shutting down people who actually tell the truth now. So, you know, a lot of people don't want you. I commend you because you're brave and you're courageous for even having me on, because, you know, I've been known nefariously to shut down people's platforms by what I say. It isn't that I don't say what's correct; it's that I say things as too correct, and then in the next 3 to 4 years, you see it happen. And you know, I don't like to be able to be right at that level, because you know I've been given the task, and like you and our sister, to make sure that we bring the truth no matter what. And you know, you can't crush the earth; it will rise. Well, we are in that business of helping the truth to rise, and I'm so happy to be a part of that and to see that you all have taken up the standard. And I'm so proud of you all. You have no idea. I sit back and, you know, I can rest. I can actually exhale. Instead of waiting to exhale, well, as an elder, I can partly exhale because of you guys. Thank you so much for.
Thank you, Doc, for even acknowledging us as the younger generation coming up. I'm jumping into another eldership, so I'm going.
Yeah, you coming to join me soon.
I've been around. As a matter of fact, I knew you since the 80s. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I got one more month to go, and I'm in my 75th.
Yes, you'll be 75, sir. That's right. Oh man, I can't believe 2 years from now I'll be 60, man.
Oh yeah, come on in there, bro. Come on in there, join us.
Join the family.
Yes, 60. Wow, that's so long ago for me. I remember when I was 60.
Man, it's a beautiful thing. And Brother Rich is actually planning a trip to Kemet in 2027. So I'm planning on going. And for my 60th, I'll definitely go. I'm gonna go. Definitely, man.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
So the first question I have, Doc, you know, before I turn it over to my dear co-host and have fun, you know, you're known so many years for the metaphysical, but a lot of people don't know that you're also into the holistic aspect of things. You're a musician, and I know certain music keeps and soothes you and keep your calm at certain times. I remember talking to you and asking you about certain prayers, and you said sometimes you even use the prayers that you learn from Buddhists and all of that kind of stuff. Sometimes you go back to that. Due to what's all happening in this world, my brother, how does Dr. Valentine keep his mind settled? Because I get all your texts, sir, and to me, it's like you're not settled at all every time you send me a text.
Yes, you know what it is I love to shuffle and make sure that people don't zone out too much.
Right.
Because if we had the choice, we just say the hell with it and just go about our way. So the people that I choose to send these little messages to are the people that I know that are doing the work to forward the truth, to be standard bearers for the truth. And so, you know, I'm very happy to be able to do that. My classes and in my school, that has now become the main focus. You know, I feel like I want to withdraw into the deepest recesses of the temple and let everybody, you know, now come find me, because you and I were on the front lines. I mean, we were dodging the bullets, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes, and all kind of stuff, man. You know, we were at the front lines in the beginning. That's back when I had my youth, I had my ability to go ahead and run and stay up and all that. Now, I just want to be the person that counsels young warriors and what to expect, what they should do, and so forth. And you tend to. I just want to say this before I go forward. I've already moved the 90% of what it is that I've built off to the next stage of what it's going to become. My school, which is something that I like to do, and my consultations in health and so forth, yeah. But I've already moved into where finance, where politics and everything is ready to go. I tell people about it. I want to tell you about it and get a lot of people privately into it. But I've already set the seeds for the necessary things that tomorrow will bring. And I want to pass that on to everyone once I get it established. It's going to be an entrepreneurial as well as ones where we can fund young people and other people who are doing the work out there without the necessary resources. So I'm not just talking anymore. I got to do. I got to build. The only one thing I like about being an ex-Mason is the fact that we're about building. The original building. I'm not talking about these crazy Masons, what they call the P2 Roman Masons, the Illuminati who took over the Masons. I'm not talking about those. They're giving those Masons a bad name. The Masons were the ones fighting the church and taking over, trying to fight the church to keep the light of knowledge and wisdom burnt alive. But then when Adam Weishaupt and his Jesuit master, Cardinal Ricci, they created the Illuminati in order to co-opt what the Masons were doing. And they killed off all of the leaders and destroyed and everything and took it over and turned it into this sick satanic killing and all this stuff. And that wasn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the science, the mathematics, the knowledge, the ones they want to keep from us. So that being the case, I'm running my mouth enough. I'm ready to talk and answer questions.
Yes. No problem. Before New Diamond's going, I just want to make sure everybody follow Dr. Valentine's links is right here, posted right now. www.uksnow.org. His PayPal email. You still have PayPal, or is what are you doing? Zelle?
Yes.
PayPal, kemetearth@gmail. Friends and family. His 800 number is 800-847-1291. Right, 1291. Correct. And of course, his IG is UKSNow777. You can also contact him and also email through email and Zelle is Sanu777 @gmail. I know that's a Zelle now, right? You got that as Zelle. And also,
Zelle. Also, my wife would like to tell you, if there are people who bought her book and did not get the book, tell her to make sure that she's going to be doing a new publishing because the other publisher ripped her off, and that's what happened. So anybody who has any who has bought it, did not receive it, tell her that how we're still open. We are going to fix that, and if they're ready for that, then they can get in contact with her, or they can just drop a line to her email for that request, and that would be at Nalani, DNALANI, the letter D123 @gmail.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And that said, I've done my job.
And they can call the number just in case too, right?
Yeah, they can call the number. Her number is 800, the 800 number as well. And if they did purchase it and did not receive it, then please let us know.
Good. Family, I heard what again. Make sure you call the number, get all the information you need, and support. Go ahead, New Diamonds. I'm sorry, I just wanted to make sure he mentioned what he had to mention. Thank you.
It's all good, and I love this whole, you really deep diving into different perspectives and really opening up everyone's mind. Like I said, it's an honor. So with all of the division, all of the destruction, all of the distractions, what are some ways that you think that we can come together in unison with the masculine and feminine? As there's so much, propaganda that is trying to divide us at this time.
Yeah. Yeah, the coming together of our community, the man and black man, I'm talking about the autochthonous and indigenous, what we call the autochthonous man and woman, who are the ones who are the original uh, DNA on this land. They've done the work to make sure that we're separated because they, first of all, destroyed all the abilities for us to actually ascend or transcend our present conditions and made us even more dependent on them. They used Martin Luther King as as noble as his attempts were. They were essentially part of the intrinsic mechanism to separate and destroy what we had of our independence, because we had over 100 black townships, we want to call them, that were thriving, but because we were essentially competition and the hatred for what it is that we had as far as what we could do, that was destroyed. And then when Martin Luther King uh, got what he got, and to help us get, affirmative action and all that type of stuff, um, at that point, that's when the feminist movement moved in, because when the feminists came into the so-called civil rights movement, they wrote that they have never seen in the white community a bond so strong as the ones that we in our community had for men and women and family. No matter how toxic we could be sometimes, we were still thriving. We still had ethics. We were the ones that were the most conservative. Most people don't
Right.
understand that. And then what happened is when feminism moved in, they began to start the process of causing distrust in the women. And with that, there was this campaign to destroy that trust that our sisters had in us and that cohesion. And then they had to make sure they attacked the male part, which was essentially the breadwinner, by taking all of the jobs that he would have been able to use in order to create families. And they shipped all of the manufacturing jobs that gave him the chance for middle class status overseas. And then that began the deterioration into a welfare state. And that welfare state was then to attack the woman and say, you can have money to take care of yourself, but you can't have your man in the house. The whites could have the man in their house, but the black people could not have the men in their house if they wanted any kind of public service or public help. So to do that, we have to restructure. The restructuring has to be something that comes from education from a very young age. We got to get our children off of social media, because social media is part of the matrix programming, and it teaches young men and young women, especially young women, because they have to target the mitochondria. They have to target the psychospiritual library that lays within the womb of the black woman. And in order to do that, they must make her distrust the person that activates that mitochondrial energy DNA. And so they've essentially given her powers and told her that she was being persecuted and so forth. And of course, Oprah Winfrey, Audre Lorde, Shirley Chisholm, and all of these other black feminists, Whoopi Goldberg, they put them prominently out there to show how successful they were and how you can get your own. And of course, with the crack epidemic and so forth, with AIDS, they were able to start with not only abortion and the ability for aborting children. I mean, I could go on and on. You know
It's a
that
lot.
there were several,
Yeah.
attack against us. Now we have to withdraw
Mm.
ourselves from that community. We cannot teach our children in the same
Mm.
schools that you want us to teach our children, because that's indoctrination. Those children that you send to them to teach, they don't come back your children. They come back as wards of the state.
Yep.
So what it is that Dr. Umar was supposed to do, these are some of the things that we are holding back in order to be able
Right.
to do, on a real tip, and then essentially get away from what I call the deducation system that has been dealing with our children's minds, killing the ability for reasoning. And what I'm loving, though, and I want to pause here and give praises and honor to brothers like Brother Dane Calloway and all of the other young brothers and sisters who are out there putting out the mystery, which is us, my story, versus his story. And my story is the mystery.
Yes.
So Black history is the MYST, my story. And my story is what they're putting out there. We're beginning to see that this European didn't create a damn thing.
They only created the patent office.
Yeah. All they did was create the patent office and snatched everything.
Yes.
So this is just to answer that question, and hopefully, give you an idea that the work has to start with the young people. It's unfortunate that we have to just let certain people go. Maybe see if we could bring people like 50 Cent and the rest of them into that, but we don't know because all of them have been taken over by the Illuminati.
Right.
We have to do it ourselves. We have to do it on the low. We can't go out there like Tavis Smiley and start telling everybody what we're getting ready to do. Can't work.
And Doc, and thanks for that question, New Diamond. Doc,
good question.
And Doc, when you speak about all the things that are happening around the world and all the news that are distracting us, there's a lot of distractions out there. We know this. We've been down that road. And I was talking to a individual that I connected with at Tassili Ma'at's event while I spoke, and she was talking about her children trying to recreate her in a way so she could understand what's going on in the world right now and be a little bit lenient. But they don't. And I had to say to her, I said, they don't understand the enemy like we understand as elders. Because the name and faces have changed, but the game is still the same. It's just technological now. So even the thing about feminism and everything, it has become a new advancement through music, through movies, through art, through everything. And I know your book, The Wounded Womb, that I have up there with the Bible and the Quran. I got it right up there on the highest stand with the Gnostic Bible, because I think it's worth you and even Infodishi's book. I got his book, Spiritual Warrior, up there, right up there with the Tao and all of that, because I think your work was prophetic, of course, very prophetic, because you were saying this back in the day. And you wrote, those are all essays in your book, like out there, ISIS papers, the only friend.
Oh yeah,
I know that was one of your friends and this business.
Yes. When we did Hidden Colors. It's so interesting because from what it is that a lot of people are doing today, I see the repeat, but more sophisticated now that they have this AI and the ability to actually animate in almost looking like they're in real time. To animate the actual history, when you can see Sojourner Truth as a woman actually carrying out stuff. I said, whoa, look at what they're doing. They're animating our story to the point where it's becoming more and more interesting, to listen to it. But what you're saying as far as the Wounded Womb, when the Wounded Womb came out, it's funny you should say that, because it was Tassili who actually helped me to get the name.
Oh, really? Get out of here.
Yeah, it was Tassili.
I'm gonna send the show to Tassili right now. I know she would love to hear that one.
Oh yeah, Tassili, she's a beautiful woman. She's a strong woman, and she really knows, and she can
Yes.
cook too. I'll tell you the truth. She knows how to whip up some seriously beautiful
Right,
food.
right.
But the main thing is that when I was writing The Wounded Womb, I was dealing with it from a metaphysical perspective, but a lot of times the people they didn't really want to take the time to get into the deeper part of that. Hey,
Yes,
Abundance, how are
yes.
you,
Abundance in the
beloved?
building. Abundance saying the wounded womb is a gem. Go ahead, Abundance. What's up,
Thank
girl?
you,
What up,
beloved. Thank
girl?
you, beloved. Thank
Kiki
you.
TV.
That's another
Yeah,
strong
oh
sister.
man, not just strong,
Mhm.
beautiful,
Yeah,
and feminine.
yeah. Been at the front lines for a long time, my beloved, loving
Exactly.
sis. So, the main thing is that they wanted to know where I received all that information. So, in the back of the book, you see I have over 115 um, ways to check to see that my metaphysics checked out scientifically
Right.
as well. And so I wanted to make sure of that. And in fact, I put aside the first book, which is the Cosmic Codex, which was book number
Mhm.
1 out of the whole 7. If you look at Wounded Womb, it's book number 4. So I stopped everything and put book number 4 in before
What I
book.
got, Valentine, look at this. Look what I got, Valentine.
Yeah, that was the old school. Yeah, that was a
I
long
think
time
this
ago.
was sold to
Yeah.
me by Azazel. Yeah,
Yeah,
this one
yeah. I put that out. That's funny because I put that out when Afua and I
when
were
you
together when we did the 21
exactly.
days. That would be one of the books that we would
Let
give
me
to the
throw it to the
people.
front. This is the old stuff I got of Dr. Valentine. I know they was
Yeah,
man, look at that.
yeah.
Boom, boom, bye bye.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I got wounded wound upstairs here.
I see it. I
Man.
see. But it's good that a lot of the people are coming forward now, and it's also good to see that uh, people like Sister Tassili and Abundance and
Yes.
a lot of the sisters that are actually afforded, you're pushing
Yes.
it forward. My wife, Dr.
Yes.
Lalani,
Yes.
they're acting as elders, which is what is necessary so much for our young people
Even your
today.
former
Because
wife, sir. Even your former wife.
yeah,
Doing it.
yes,
Yes.
definitely. So, we're working on trying to consolidate that, but we can't come into the same room together because that's when they can take us all
Right.
out at once. We have to keep this as a guerrilla
Right.
campaign. It has to be an intellectual and psycho-spiritual guerrilla campaign where we are actually creating cells of consciousness. And remember, you only need 10% of the world to think along those
That's
same
right.
lines. And then we have
That's right.
victory.
That's right.
But we're going to be tested. Just if you're dealing with healing, you understand that healing the body, what happens, the body goes through convulsions and the body goes through sickness. It begins to sweat. It begins to have headaches and pains and diarrhea or whatever it is. And that's what you see happening around the world today. There is the evil is coming to the surface and they're right there out front. They're saying, here we are. This is what we do. We kill people. We snatch children up. Do you know over 1 million Black women went disappearing over the last 5 years? Black women, what was it, the last couple of years? Over 92,000 Black women disappeared.
Wow.
You see what they're doing with the
Right.
Genetics?
Right.
You know that the Black woman holds the key. She is the foundation, and they got to corrupt her.
The Henrietta Lacks, man. The Henrietta Lacks of the world. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. And so we're fighting a war, like they're saying, in the principalities, not men. But these devils, they're killing our children. Now they're talking about people who go into McDonald's are finding baby teeth in their food. They're finding fingernails. They're finding body parts. And this guy Finkelstein, Rabbi Finkelstein, said that's what they do.
Man.
And so if we don't come together to understand that we're dealing with some demonic forces, these people don't care. They don't care about human life.
That's right.
And these are the worst people you got to watch out for. The people who look like us. Skin folk ain't,
That's right.
kinfolk. Skin folk, some skins are against kinfolk.
You know. Before New Diamond, I got to let people know who's make sure y'all support Dr. Valentine's links here. I got it all up. I got it also in the chat. I'm going to put that back in the chat. And also, we're broadcasting on a new station, of course. Today's new channel is called Numerovational News and Views, family. On that same name, Numerovation News and Views. Right now, I shut down King Simon Presents, and we are only on this. So those that missed the first half hour before Dr. Valentine, good, y'all are over here now. And I want to remind y'all that one of his godsons is going to be on the channel soon. Of course, I got one of his godson, A.A. Rashid, coming in live and direct, coming in on the 30th, September 30th. My brother said he confirmed he's in the building. So big up to AA all the time. And of course, we also sponsored by New Diamonds, of course, and all the things that she is doing with her brand and her platform. And it's also sponsored by Cinnamon and transitionalhealing.etsy.com. And if you do want to advertise on my channel right now, it is a good rate right now. If you want to advertise on both my channels, all my links, this is how you do it. Just text me at 347-496-1022. Let me say it slow for you. 347-496-1022. If you know what to do, let's keep it popping just for you. All right, so back to the show. Go ahead, New Diamonds. What you got for?
Sister Diamond, you got the cutest gift. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious.
And you know, she got a blackout. She got a blackout going on, so she's getting darker and darker. What's going on? Tell them what's going on before you ask the question.
It's good. Yeah, go ahead.
Bill Valentine knocked the power out, okay? That's how powerful he is. So, yes. And speaking about how powerful you are, what a leader you have been, you know, for the generations to come. You know, I'm one of the younger generations up and coming, watching you, you know what I mean, intaking everything. I have my children, they watch you, you know what I mean? So you are, you know, that stepping stone, that milestone, that figure that we go to. Like you said, instead of learning from the system, we learn from our master teachers. And as being that grandmaster, that master teacher, that prophet, you know what I mean, that healer, that master healer, just this alchemist, what are some of the hardest things that you had to face, just being a prophet, being a healer, being out in the forefront before it was trendy? You know what I mean? Everybody's vegan now. Everybody, you know what I mean? So what was that like being in that essence before it was a spotlight on it? And what were some of the goods and some of the bad things, highlights and lowlights of that experience for you?
That's a great question. Now you're getting me to go back into the cobwebs of my memories now, because I do remember that it was this incredible rush of joy in what we were doing. It was hard at times, you know, the roof was leaking, you know, we had, we didn't have enough money to do A, B, and a third. We would hold these health fairs, and it was exciting. People would be flying in from different states, and we would be traveling. You know, I almost got kicked out. I think I almost got run out of Philadelphia because I showed that Lucifer was actually Jesus, and Jesus was Lucifer, and that Lord of Mercy, they went after me then, and they tried to get me out of your boy from California that forgot his name, but he had forgot his name. The brother out there in California, I was on Stevie Wonder's radio, and he came out after that radio program. And then me and Bobby did the California thing out there. He came out there talking metaphysics, you know. So these are some of the joyous things, and you know I got kicked out of, I forgot where it was, in Queens, because I outed, like my master teacher, Dr. John Henry Clark, told me that he outed Karanga.
Yes, he did. Right.
Yeah, and he found out who Karanga was, who Karanga worked for, and how you got that Kwanzaa thing to go nationwide from United slaves down there in California. And so, yeah, it was incredible times. I mean, you get to meet some of the people in the underground who were actually working hard to bring knowledge. And I can never forget my big brother Khalid. He was talking about the persecuted penis. Why are we talking about the wounded womb? Why not the persecuted penis? I said, I'm working on it, brother. I'm working on it.
Somebody got to write it. Somebody
got to write it.
Maybe a woman needs to write it because you already wrote the woman.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But these are some of the things. There was a lot of joy, and there's a lot of pain, and a lot of frustration because the hardest people to convince was your people. And I had the hardest, the most, the time that I really, really was frustrated and thought I would actually give up on it was when I outed the real AIDS hoax. I think most people don't remember that it was back in 1985 when they dropped the AIDS hoax in 84. 85, I came out and started saying it was a hoax.
You and Jack Felder and a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, Dr. Barbara Justice and her crew came after us.
Aleem from Islam.
Yeah. And so when we found out that we told them it was a hoax, they came after us. I remember when they shut us down. I was at the Apollo with Lloyd. Lloyd and I were doing a show on the Apollo stage. Right. And Gary came out and did all this when I started telling him about what was going on. And I knew he made sure he had to follow the protocols for the station at that time. But at that time, I don't think that WLIB had dead air for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that though. I was listening to the air. I was listening on the air, and it was shut down.
It was dead air for 5 minutes. And so these are some of the monumental times when you begin to see what your work is doing, and you hopefully that the impact is strong enough to jar people to wake up and see what it is that you're trying to tell them. Hey, listen, you're not dying from the disease, you're dying from the drugs they're giving you. And so I had a run-in with Fauci back in 1985. And now again, with this COVID, which really is not a disease. COVID is actually a certificate of vaccination identification. And the 19 is AI. 19, 1 is A, 9 is I. It was a coded weaponizing for essentially genociding. And I know it's hard to say that to most people, but today, I mean, they're coming out. Everybody's calling out who the beast is and who the criminals are. Finally. But we were saying that they were shutting down our whole platform.
And
and now we show people dropping dead. You saw in my webinars, we showed the people dropping in the fields, dropping dead after they took the shot. And just young, strong people just keeling over, boom. People on the air doing the news, boom.
Passing out.
They don't tell you that millions of people were killed. Millions died, and they're not telling you. They're talking about the fact that there's a overpopulation. No, there's an actual ongoing depopulation of this planet. Very quietly now. Very quietly.
Powerful. Man, now Doc, family. If you see my girl getting darker and darker, the light is she's in California, but her light.
Oh, that's right. They dim the lights.
Electrical workout. The electrical.
Well, my wife does the same thing you're doing right there. She does.
No, it's not doing it naturally. That whole area has been. The light's gone. The whole area got shut down.
No, I'm talking about what she was doing.
Oh, they're doing this?
Yeah. My wife does the same thing to me, when she wants something.
That's interesting because your wife is connected to the number 4 and she's connected to the number 4. So that's interesting.
Okay.
They would do the same thing. That's hilarious. But but she's getting darker, but you'll still be able to hear her voice.
Well, I still see her
the grid area, but the Wi-Fi is up. That's what's so deep. How that working? I don't know how that's working over there. But my
it's
question.
My cell phone data.
Oh yeah, you're doing your cell phone. Okay, smart. Okay, family, remember, make sure you support Dr. Valentine. We got valentine1.juiceplus.com. I know that's the Valentine trademark over there at Juice Plus. Also, make sure you support the Zelle at Sanu777 @ Gmail, or email him at that if you want to contact him. Also, he got his Instagram. I'm going backwards. Y'all might see I'm going backwards. Instagram is at UKSNow777. That's my brother's Instagram. Don't forget, he got an email and a PayPal. The PayPal email is kemet@gmail.com. And also make sure you go to his website for all the classes to find out their homeschooling. Everything is at uksnow.org. uksnow.org can connect you to the homeschooling, although it's a separate website there, but it could also connect you to the homeschooling. And I know your university, you got some things coming up this weekend, right? Or next weekend.
Yeah, the Metaphysical Psychology 1 is starting this weekend. We already started last week with Metaphysical Psychology 2. So we're and it's very private classes, 5, 6. So a lot of people would like to have attention with me one-to-one. Well, that's the place where we can actually build one-to-one at the university. I see over here a lot of people saying about the lecture archive. My brother, the sister who was actually in charge of that, fell drastically ill, and that's my sister's, my wife's sister. So she's convalescing, and it put back the Web Archive website, and we're going to get that up and running hopefully by the end of the year. Once she is convalesced, I'm not going to pressure her to do anything, until she's well. So that will be done. Thank you, brother Nate, for reminding me of that. And
that's good. Well, I'm I know you only got a few minutes because you got a major call at 11 o'clock. I understand. Nu, did you want to drop something else before you get any darker? you want to drop something? Go ahead.
That's all right.
I just wanted to say thank you. You offer all that you've done. Like you said, we have to create our own solution, and it has to be done, like you said, in these hidden realms. Literally. I mean, I'm falling into the hidden realm, but that's how these things have to be done. It's a silent war. It's a cold war. So we got to do things in silent and in cold. So as long as we're operating from that, what you're doing, you know what I mean? We're going to always succeed. The ones who want to seek, they shall find. So I just applaud you. And, I give thanks and gratitude for all that you have done, as you are Baba, right? Everybody calls you Baba. So appreciate you so much.
Yes, they do. They call me Baba Sanu. Baba Sanu is all my close people, is the closest.
That's right. That's right. Not the heathens like me. I'll call them Doc and crazy things. What up, Baba? What up, Phil? What up, nigga?
Yeah. Yeah, we go back to the street now and then, but it's all right. That's my man. That's my
Doc,
fan.
you had back in the day, you had the Dark Matter think tank, and how important it was to establish that Dark Matter think tank in certain areas, just like like the mafia would talk, not around phones or go certain places, or certain rich people might talk amongst the golf and playing. How important is the Dark Matter think tank for today's time right now? And can it still happen today?
Yes, it can. It happens in the university.
Okay, good.
The university is the capstone for the Dark Matter think tank. All of the people that would spread the seeds come to understand what it is that we're fighting against. First enemy that they have to conquer is themselves. And once they understand that the thought process has been conditioned to become their enemy, then we begin to understand how what we call the observer within, how the observer now understands the programming. In other words, are your thoughts being created by you, or are you thinking your thoughts, or your thoughts thinking you? And so when we begin to understand how they reverse the polarity of how thought operates, we then retune the understanding of the observer, because the observer is what's really the part that is participating in this particular avatar. The part that's listening to me is not your ears, it's not your your brain. It's the part of you that is the spark, that is alive, that part of you that is separate from your thoughts. And when you understand that, and we come to understand how our thoughts are either the one that frees us, liberates us, or incarcerates us. And right now, the thoughts, now we got a huge jailbreak going on. And that jailbreak is the breaking free of the incarcerated thoughts that they have actually used to knock us down, keep us down. We are now coming out of that space. And people who come to the university are now the ones that will end up becoming the teachers of those inmates who are free now.
Right.
Because right now there's a jailbreak going out.
Yes.
At this point, but they want to get us back into it through AI.
Yes, of course.
The AI is the new warden. And so when we begin to understand how AI works, then we begin to understand whether or not we want to come in and concede to becoming a prisoner again. We're getting so fancifully caught up in the ability to be able to interface and get things done on the snap. AI is going to be dead in the next 3 to 4 years. The next thing that we got to watch for, which is why metaphysics is going to become the new tool and the key to free you, is called synthetic intelligence. Okay? The artificial intelligence is not it anymore. Synthetic intelligence is using the DNA of certain people. That's why we're disappearing. That's why the young people are going the way they are at this particular time. They're going to find out the young people. They're taking their DNA and they're artificially putting it into the machinery.
Man, see, everybody's jumping on AI. They're having all kind of revolutions, all kind of workshops, all that. And you always become very prophetic with certain things, bro, with a lot going on, man. Where you got that from now, bro? Where did that come from?
The data.
I tell you, but I didn't have to kill you. No.
Exactly. So I know you can't tell me.
But I can tell you it's going to be called synthetic intelligence. And you watch out for it now because it's got twice the sophistication. Because they're going to be putting the synthetic intelligence into the new androids that you see. These Japanese are only showing you all the things that just look like they're going. No, they're right now. They got some things, some entities walking around here that's been infused with a whole lot of different types of DNA that has created DNA that they found up in Antarctica.
Doc, I know. I'm sorry, New Diamonds. I just got to jump on this question, man. Do you know if they are showing us Tony Stark type stuff?
Yeah. Imagine what
they have. If they showed it us 20 years ago or 10 years ago, imagine what they have by now, because they don't show any military stuff that they have not produced yet.
I'm telling you, you have no idea. You're going to start seeing some of the technologies. They're going to show it to you, and they're going to come out with Operation Bluebeam very soon, before 2030. Okay? There will be a couple of nukes that will be definitely set off. Don't know where yet. But I'm telling you at this point, if your mind is not right, and you're not prepared at least with water and food, and the right state of mind, because that's the most important thing right now. Synthetic intelligence is going to be so sophisticated that if you do not have a metaphysical mind, you are not going to survive. They're going to take your children's minds, and if you don't prepare your children's minds with synthetic intelligence, you're not going to even know that you've been essentially downloaded, or you have been, that whatever it is that you're taking in is downloading you, because the food already has the microchips in it to set you up for synthetic intelligence. You see? So be very mindful, family.
You know, Tarsila is saying she texted me right now, said I have so much to say about that. He's on point in so many ways. Can you let me come on without showing my face? Oh gosh, she wants to come on.
That beautiful. Come on now, Tarsila, beautiful.
I want to come on without showing her face.
Yeah,
Come on,
let her
Pat
come on in
Sylvie.
there.
I'm in the dark. Come on,
I gotta send her the link. Hold on one second. Let me find if I can find the link. Go ahead, ask your question, my dear, while I find the link. Okay, go ahead, ask the question. New Dallas.
Okay, so like you said, we have to have our mentals together, right? Which takes a lot of discipline, right? A lot of people, they don't have enough discipline to really manage their minds, right? AKA letting certain things control them. So how do we find balance with discipline? As you know, we are very militant, right? We are those spiritual warriors out on the forefront. And sometimes, I guess I'm speaking from a detoxing point of view, as I just finished the 21-day detox, and I'm trying to find the balance with getting what I deserve and not overindulging, because I want to treat myself, I want to reward myself, but still having that discipline. So how do we find balance when trying to move back into, I guess, like coming out of detoxing, whether that's, a bad relationship, consuming bad things? How do you find that discipline in balancing that from?
Well, it's interesting that you asked a question about balance.
Yes.
You must find out what creates imbalance.
Mm,
Every time I teach my students that whatever it is you're searching for, look for the opposite.
mm,
And then your search for the opposite, it will put you back into it. The ancient ancestors in Kemet, they know that creation is not a positive thing because nothing can be created outside of the creator.
mm,
So creation is a negation where the creator withdrew from itself and created a 10% of a space that became the different densities and what we would call dimensions of life. And the third density, where we are under about 16,000 pounds of pressure in this vacuum that we call Earth, and under the dome, all of what we are essentially at this particular time is based upon what we can extract within that zone,
mm,
and how we can now grow or to become more invested in becoming better feedback mechanisms to God. In other words, your avatar is the way, and I'm using these words God and so forth because it's a quick way of saying it.
yes.
The word the avatar is God's projection of itself to know itself.
Mm,
So as you study yourself, that's why all our ancestors said, know thyself. The knowing thyself is become the feedback mechanism to God. It's a kind of a push-pull situation. We resist God in order to know God. What do I mean by that? If we did not set up this particular polarity we call third density, it is the resistor to the all. There needs to be a resistor, just like in electricity, you have resistors. If you did not have resistors, there would be no way for any of the energy to actually be manifest in such a way for us to use it. Well, we are the resistors to the Most High. And in so doing, the Most High learns of itself as we learn of ourselves. And you know what? It's beautiful because if you look at what's going on, the ancient Dravidians or the Bahujan civilization said that the creator or the all in all, when the creator sleeps, we become the dream of the creator.
mm,
And so the creator is not awake. It is not totally conscious as itself anymore. It is now supposedly in the what they call the night of Brahma versus the day of Brahma.
mm,
In the night of Brahma, Brahma sleeps, dreams, and becomes us. And that's the way it knows itself within that dark space. So we essentially come to know that because all creation then therefore is a negation. And in that negation or negative zone is where we essentially are doing all of the work to know thyself. And this is all we have to do right now to understand that. But there are people who definitely feed off of our need to know. They feed off of our hunger. They feed off of our diseases. They feed off of our addictions, our hungers. All of these things that third density creates, there are parasites like you see today, that are being run through the Zionist organizations, the Shabbat organizations.
Yes.
They believe that they are the ones that came here to run everything, that we are supposed to be their slaves, that they are the parasites and they feed on us. They not only feed on us from our energy, from our fear, they feed on us literally,
Mm.
on our blood and the meat of our bones. That's what they think and that's what they feel. So I'm rambling. I don't want to
No, you
get
making
you in
good
space.
points. You're never rambling. It's all wisdom that needs to be heard.
Oh, I like that. I like what you're doing there. I love
Yes.
that. That's great, right
Yeah.
there.
Hold on one second. We got Mama Tassili in the building. What's up, Tassili?
Ah, there she is. Come on, mommy.
So
We talking
I
about
don't know if King
we.
Simon told you I was in my sacred self care mode and I had clay all on my face and
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, we would have loved to have seen that because that would have been a lesson plan for
oh
everybody.
wow. Well, you know what? Next time I'll be more. So he didn't tell me I could come on. If he had said, "Come on, just as you are," it would have been
Yes.
on and popping for real.
No, we had to let them know. I had to let them know who was the one who inspired the name and the book, The Wounded Womb,
Ashe,
and it was you.
ashe.
And most people don't know that. Matter of fact, I got her written up in the
That's
beginning of
right.
the book.
Mhm.
That's right.
I remember the many long night conversations, the
Oh
many
yes,
disputes, the many
yes,
agreements, all of it.
yes. It was one big cauldron of realization and activation, and this is what we see today. I mean, it feels so good that you're still on the front lines, and I know you're cooking up some serious mojo where you are in
Ashe,
your restaurant.
it's really about growing and being prepared, like you said, for what is to come. And, so many signposts along the way are telling us the same thing, but each one of us has to bring our piece to the puzzle, to be sure that the picture is clear. And I wanted to comment,
Mhm.
because I had just done my festival, my Natural Mystic Fair
On AI.
on I and AI, Afrofuture.
Oh,
Right.
really?
So King
Beautiful.
Simon was one of my guest speakers.
Yeah.
And, you know, uh, there was a class that Brother Spin City had after the day after the festival. So
Yeah.
I went to the class because I'm convinced that I need to learn more about AI. And yet, the
Mhm.
things that you were saying were very, very true because really the essence is from what Spirit is showing me that it's about them trying to just download our DNA,
Right.
period.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Once they can
Oh
download
yeah.
our DNA, then they feel like they can crack the God code. And,
Mm-mm.
you know,
Mm-mm.
um,
Yeah, but yeah, but it'll blow up in their
well,
faces.
yeah, I
You
mean,
remember
it's just
that was
like
a dream past
it's just like
life.
Medusa, right? The story of
Ah,
Medusa. I got to go back to the
oh
ancient
yeah.
of days and tell that story. Well,
Mhm.
Medusa was really Metusa, the word
Yes.
of the utterances of the Most High, the Neteru, the utterances of the system
Yeah.
senses. And so, as
Mhm.
an oracle, she gave Shaktipat meditation to those seekers who came for initiation. They would, of course, have to go in the caves because many of the sacred temples were in caves. And
Mhm.
as people would come, if their pituitary and pineal gland could not hold the frequency, they
Mm-hmm.
would
Mm.
then turn to stone. They would
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
calcify. Okay. Now
Mhm.
that's the
Yeah.
story on just the metaphysical level. On the political level, that was the takeover of Northern Africa by Southern Europe. Okay. Let's there's
You
many
better than
levels, to what we
yeah.
deal with. But just saying all that to say if they couldn't handle the information then, they're not going to be able to handle it through machinery, try as they might.
Mm.
And and
Yeah. It'll turn on
and
us.
yet with the synthetic people. I've been calling them GMO people, and I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody. They are where they are, and they are who they are. But all of these folks that have to have medication,
Mm.
they have to have medication. They
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
live without science. They were the
yeah,
first
yeah,
GMO people.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So anybody else like you talking about, they're just,
Mm.
GMO point one, GMO point two, GMO point three. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
we really have to do more of the ancient sciences, the pranayama, the breath work, the Raja Yoga, the meditation, and
Fasting.
fasting.
Yeah,
You were just
yeah,
talking about you came off of a fast. I salute you. I
yeah,
was blessed to
yeah.
just do a 3-day juice fast along with a 2.5-day silence fast. I was trying to make it 3 days, but I had some stuff to deal with on Friday, so I couldn't make it the whole day. But just being in silence, oh my God, that's so
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah, that is powerful. That's where the intelligence is. We teach that. The silence is the
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yes.
That's when your thought process no longer mutates your perception. Your thought process is only of the past. And when it gets into your mind, it begins to mutate everything in the
Mm.
now.
It's
So
it
if you understand that, you broke free. You're out of the matrix.
absolutely because you're doing that and fasting and meditating and um tantric practices, lymphatic practices, fascia
Mhm.
practices. It's really fine tuning the body as the finest machine, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, the feedback.
I love seeing the elders come in and do their thing. I'll just
I get
happen. But
eating
funny
that.
thing what y'all just said, because remember back in the day, Dr. Valentine got some real heat because he said women shouldn't be reading books.
Oh yeah,
He
he
got
Yeah,
said
some heat when he
yeah.
broke that
he
down.
got some heat.
Well, that's
Hold up,
part
he
of
got
it.
some heat from me from
Yeah,
saying that.
Yeah, yeah, he got. But I had to stay. I had to stay true to it because the eyes eat up all that vitamin A, and that vitamin A is so necessary for estrogen. That's why I'm saying if you look at the women who are out there with their super scholastic women who are in the colleges, teachers, all of them got beards and mustaches, and they got a whole lot of yang with them. The reason for that is because they're using the male dominant way of learning. The male dominant way of learning is not the feminine way of learning. She was actually the griot from mouth to ear. You were the ones that were putting down all the books and the things that we needed to scientifically do. And when they began to adopt the Western philosophy of how to educate, at that time it began to start showing itself, especially now with more information coming out. You're beginning to see more and more of it. But again, that's something else. That's something that we could argue about, but it's going to happen anyway. I just put it in the book for everybody to just go ahead and see it. But by the way, just before we go on, I still
oh
have
yeah,
I have a
11
I have an
o'clock.
11
You have 11
o'clock
o'clock.
11 o'clock appointment. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah. And
Tess.
any
You
last
got a
Just
question?
questions?
real quick, I would say two things. One, women did write and read in the way of numbers because my aunt is all
Yeah.
about numbers, right? And
Mhm.
so she's the math. She is what put it together,
Mathematics,
and
yeah. Mathematics is
right.
mathematics, yeah.
Exactly. So there was a level of reading. However, if then we go to say shite, we see her with the antenna on her head, which meant that what she
Hmm.
was actually reading was the Akashic record.
There
So,
we go. That's what I'm
we didn't
saying.
have to necessarily read in books per se. And for the women who are scholastically oriented, they could take supplements. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. But again, the supplements, when you start supplying, when you know supplements, you start supplying artificial things into the body, it's gonna reject it after
Uh,
a while.
it's
Trouble.
now
And
you
then
know what? You know I'm gonna say they don't have to be artificial now. You already know.
no,
I
that's
don't know
true.
that
That's
this
true.
needs to be that conversation where you and I go into the
There
bath.
we go again. We at it. I love you,
I
baby
love
girl. I
you
love you.
too.
Tassili, thanks for coming on. And remember,
Yes.
Tassili Raw, man. Please support Tassili Raw and all her books.
Thank you. Much love to all of you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Yes,
That's right.
Peace and blessings.
All right. Later,
Love you,
sis. Thank you.
sister.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah.
All right. That's the one, the only Tassili Ma'at in the building. That was good. That was good. I had a good time. That was good to have that one of the sisters, elders who know from them back in that 30 years.
Oh man, Tassila and I would go at it, but you see what it is she became my muse.
Yes.
She was the one who go, well, why did you saying this? Well, sing. I said, oh man, I got to go back and see where did I find that. So she pushed me to get all of the information. Why it is that I went deeper into understanding that the what do we call the intellectual acuity of the woman and the intellectual and logistical acuity of men are different.
And
you see, women. What I found out was that women think through the left brain and articulate through the right, which sometimes seems like off, and they don't look. So they process left and they articulate right, which seems to be completely contradictory. Men, because they're problem solvers, not problem staters. Women are the problem staters. Men solve the problems. So men think through the right brain, which is the one that goes into abstracts and then articulates to the left. So we do have what we call acuity. We have a certain way of processing realities, or what we call realities, in different ways that become harmonious to one another. And what they did was they cut that in half and said that she belongs on this side and the men belong on the other side. And so now you see all of these LGBTQ, and I know you're going to hate me for this, but the LGBTQ plus AYZs going all the way down. Men don't know what they want. They can't even give you a definition of what a woman is. I said, what? You don't know what a woman is. And there's judges that we have to, well, what do you mean by woman? Give me a break. See, this is what I'm talking about. They have made it confusing to actually deal with the simplicity of life. And that's the way that the demons work.
Yeah.
They complicate the simple.
Man, Doc, any questions before he go? I know he got to go, but we're going to get him out of here real quick. Anything you want to say, New Diamonds? God, no.
He answered it. That was my main thing. How do we come together with all of this chaos they're implementing on the women and the men to try to divide us? And that's exactly it. So it's just about us getting in tune with ourselves. He hit the nail on the head as he always does. So
right.
Just in full gratitude.
Doc, people, please support Doc. All of his link is right there. I'm going to put it in the chat again. Make sure you support him at all angles. Everybody for coming in. I've seen Abundance Child, a whole bunch of people coming in.
Thank you, Abundance, for coming through. And brother Holly Hammett, are you connected to?
No, he's not connected to Baba. His brother name is Ali Hammett. His brother's name is.
I don't have where my pearls so I can clutch them.
His brother, the original. That's not. Holly's not related to Bobby. Don't worry about that. Usually, Ali usually pops up on my channel sometimes.
Yes. I'm still waiting for my brother because he was my brother. That was, Pancho and Cisco, man. I just love that brother, and I'm hoping that he can come out again. Love to hear him talk every now and then when they pop up some of his things. I miss him. I miss him and Dr. Blair. When we were the three amigos.
Blair,
from the same
Abundance
place.
Is showing a love, and also, hey, make sure you text Brother Rich for his birthday. His birthday's today, his born day. Brother Rich. Brother Rich's birthday, man.
Oh, Brother Rich, Brother Rich.
To him.
Happy birthday.
The link, but thank you, Abundance, for coming on and check out.
Yes.
And Doc, I know you got to get ready to do your thing, man, but thank you, and thank your wife, and thank everybody, because I know you had to use your wife's computer and all that, man. Thank you.
Yeah. But Sister New Diamonds, my pleasure meeting you. Beautiful success in the long run. Be careful out there. you're coming in with all this knowledge now. You're going to be able to be passing it forward. They're coming after our sisters. You have the mitochondria, which is the library of the existence from the very beginning of beginnings. So be careful of that wound of yours. Do righteousness by it. Teach righteousness from it. Okay?
Thank you, brother.
In that case,
Thank you.
my brother from another
Always
mother.
love, man. Always love it, brother. You be safe out there,
Thank
man.
you so much for the opportunity to talk to everybody and all the people out there. Thank you so much for you coming in. Please support this brother and this beautiful sister and get them the necessary connections. If you have connections, go out there and talk about them. Speak to them. Go ahead, one ear to ear. The drum that has the most power is not the drum that we beat when we go to get together. It's the eardrum.
Right.
That eardrum. You speak that into it, and that's how you pass the information and the knowledge forward. With that, I say, Shem and Hotep, thank you so much.
Thank you very
much. Give
me a round of applause. My brother, yes. Baba Phil Valentine, man, our elder, man. Woo! That was fire, man. This whole show was fire. The first Numerovation news and views on my channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, family. Make sure y'all subscribe to this new channel here. This is the new channel. Oh, man, I might have some more controversial people coming on. That might say what they mean and mean what they. I might just bring on, what's the name on this channel? What's the face? My brother, man, who's been debating everybody. The one, the only Top Cats. That's what I think I might have to bring Top Cats on. Let's get it, because he's been wanting to come on my show. So big up to legendary Top Cat and the whole Ali Muhammad. I'm gonna get Ali Muhammad. What you said, sister? Go ahead.
I said that's a must.
Yeah, that's a must.
Top Cat is truth. So
yeah. I guess he's been wanting to come on my show for a while, so I'm gonna have to oblige him and come on this, and because I'm gonna ask him some questions. We gonna get it in, especially on certain things. And Ali Muhammad, I'm definitely working on. Ali did say he would come on. I just have to confirm it with him. I love you as a co-host, sister. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it's dark over there.
It's good. We are the light. We are
the
light.
We are the light of this whole world, family. People don't even understand. And sister, she's going through whatever's going on, but we are the light. She's still shining in the light. And let me show you her banner right here, how you can show love to our sister for just being a part of the journey and giving those dimples and that smile. Some show, you know what I'm saying? www.newdiamonds.net, of course, on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, New Diamonds. And also her cash app is $New Diamonds 101. Thank you very much, New Diamonds, for coming on and showing love once again.
Thank you.
Any last words before you leave? Any last words?
Thank you, King Simon. I mean, it's an honor. It's a pleasure. You are a master at what you do. And I just thank you for opening up your platform to even letting me come on here and co-host. You know what I mean? And then just introducing me and seeing my light and pushing me to go harder. Yes. It's much needed in this community. And I just want to give you gratitude, and just thank you for all that you do as well, as you are master teacher and master at what you do. So
what did I tell you? And when we went to the comedy show that you in this #1 year, you need to stop playing. If I call you up, come on up. Stop playing.
Hey, I'm not turning down no nothing. You've been calling. I'm like, yes, what's up? Let's go right now.
I already know what frequency you in, because you got to take advantage, because it could be, on a negative, it could be second guessing yourself and don't do it. But I'm telling you, everybody wants to see you. You look how your channel is growing up, and it's growing up just up to your 5,000 and more now going up. So your channel is growing, and that's what you have to do. You got to be out there in the #1 year. You got to look. One is about, I don't need nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door. I'll get it myself. That's #1 energy right there. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door. Hey, I'll get it myself. That's #1 energy. So you in a #1 year cycle since your birthday. Turn up. But
I am.
Make sure it's righteous.
Absolutely. Even in the dark, we're gonna.
I know you turned up.
I'm determined. Okay.
And yo, we're gonna bring New Diamonds on. I know she's gonna be going on Brother Richard's show soon. I'm gonna bring New Diamonds to do a lecture. I'm working. I just called Conjure Queen. I'm thinking about something in New York, definitely.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah, if we could get two sisters in there, woo, that'd be tight for my. Oh, and probably Abundance to come cook the food, man. That'd be tight, man. That Abundance child to cook the food. I'm sure celebrating 30 years in November, December, 30 years of being in promotion and production, and no better place to do it in New York at Nicholas. So I'm going to talk to the Conjure Queen tomorrow and see if I get in. And even if Abundance come for the food and do the food, I'll just have her speak too and do her thing. Because it's for my anniversary, 30 years. I've been doing professional promotion since 1995. Lord, have mercy, mercy, mercy me. So, sister, I know you're in the dark.
It's okay.
But we still a light. Even in the dark, we are the light. We are the light, because that's the dark is really the light.
I thrive in the darkness. Okay, we're talking about meditation. I meditate in the dark all the time. It's the best. I see better in the dark. Okay.
We came out the dark womb of the woman, so and the ejaculation of man is also in the dark scrotum.
Yes.
So
The universe.
Yeah,
the organs, the seeds, everything is in darkness. That's where the magic happens. So I love it. This is my place.
So Abundance Child, I'm gonna let you know, because I definitely want you to do the food. I definitely want you to do the food and speak at my 30th anniversary. I might just have all women. I might just have 3 women in there. So I'm gonna talk to you about it, because I got to find out what's the prices and all that kind of stuff, what's going on. But I'm gonna talk to you definitely, New Diamond, because I think you never been to New York, correct?
No.
What?
I haven't. I know. Don't get me, King Simon. I know. But what a better way to have my first time be with someone who is of your stature. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be. I would love to be, you know what I mean? My first homegoing, you inviting me there. And I feel like that's the way you're supposed to do it when you go certain places. You know, you got to kind of have that, leeway, that gate opener,
Yes, I'm just trying to.
I feel like you are that.
Trying to confirm the dates. And once I confirm the dates, I'll let y'all know, because I'm already talking to Conjure. Conjure is my girl, Conjure Queen. I know her. She's a vendor. Now she all Conjure Queen. And and now you turning up, and then, man, Abundance has been with me for the damn day almost many years. So we going back to 2000, I think 2006, 7, or 8. One of them numbers we go back to.
Is that one of them numbers?
Yeah, with me, Dr. Sabi, 2009. So I know it was around 2008, 2007 when I seen that National Black Theater Abundance Child. Abundance Child was in the building. Thank you very much, Sis Abundance, and everybody that came on to see Dr. Valentine. Go ahead and do what you got to do, New Diamonds. I'm going to close out, but thank you very much for being on this new channel here. And I just moved it. Oh, so we having a good time. Numerovation News and Views. I'm going to call you back to do another one soon. So
please, get ready. I'll be honored. It's a pleasure. So thank you so much, King Simon.
I appreciate you much. Be safe, all right?
You too.
All right. Good night.
Peace.
All right. Peace. That was our sister New Diamonds in the building. Let me give her a round of applause. Let me put my applause button. Oh, man. Oh, man. As usual, and Tassili Ma'at came in as a surprise guest. I know if I would have threw the link in, everybody would have tried to come in. So I was like, oh, no, hell. I was about to. So I had to email her the link instead of throwing the link in the chat. So once again, family, thank you very much to the new channel, Numerovation News and Views. In the early portion of it, we talked about Bud Crawford and the mathematics of Bud Crawford and Canelo, and what that was all about. The mathematics of the guy that got off recently in the political world. He's in this critical cycle. We also spoke about the astrological. She spoke about the astrological references of what's going on with the eclipse and everything. So we're trying to blend the channels about blending news and views with metaphysics. As you know, we just had the Metaphysical Grandmaster dropping it from a whole nother level, starting it off. So look out for the next show when it comes out. I'm not saying I'm doing it every week, because I like to do research and put it up. I will do King Simon Presents every week, but or every day or every other day, but definitely on this channel, I want to make sure I emphasize the news and views. I might talk to Abundance Child about EFA and the news that's going on in EFA and different communities that are practicing EFA. I might call her for that. We want to be able to drop that type of information, keeping it metaphysics, yes, but we're going to make sure the news and the views that are trending in our community is also important. I spoke about Dame Dash and what he's going through now that he is the chairman of Revolt. That just means some money in his pocket, and he's in an 8 personal year. It is what it is. I'm telling you that the numbers always let you know what it is and what it ain't. So, and the astrological breakdowns can let you know. I'm definitely going to get Ra Ku up in here. Definitely got to have him talk about what's going on from his perspective. So big up to Ra from Cosmo Physics and everybody. Family, I'm so glad we had this time together. All right. I'm going to end with one of the metaphysical teachers of the world who passed on years. And big up to Dr. Melanie, my dear sister. I spoke to her, Dr. Layla, Africa's widow. I spoke to her earlier. And thank you very much for all that you do. Lloyd Strayhorn, I spoke to him. Thank you for all that you do and all the elders. But I'm going to end with the prayer of Dr. Blair. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Dr. Blair was that brother that gave us that information, that prayer back in the day. I love and miss you, Dr. Blair. And I know if he was here, he would be on this show with me too. Bobby Hemmett was awake, was working out. He's still alive. But if Bobby Emmett was back up here doing this thing, I would bring him on to do that. I'm definitely going to bring on Aton Edwards because Aton definitely got some news and views for y'all from his perspective in the disaster preparedness. And I'm looking at Het Heru also. Big up to Het Heru because she's doing some great things. Het Heru got a metaverse fashion show coming up on the 21st. So make sure y'all look out for that. I did post it in my stories. So big up to Het Heru doing her thing. She used to teach disaster preparedness with us back at the Marcus Garvey Center back in the day over there on Church Avenue. So big up to Het Heru who texted me earlier. All right, family. Once again, I want to thank all the sponsors for this particular program. The one and only Cinnamon, transitionalhealing.etsy.com. She was one of the main sponsors for this show. Also, definitely New Diamonds, the artist and Oracle, newdiamonds.net. New Diamonds on every platform, and also her beautiful Cash App. Make sure